Hello, hello. This is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm here with an energy update. So, welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. Thank you for being here. We're July 21st, Wednesday. And as usual, lots and lots of things going on in the universe. Amongst these things, there's a major healing wave going on that was especially present today. It may not look like it because there's a lot of chaos out there. It seems very chaotic in the world right now, as I'm tempted to say as usual. People are experiencing chaos in their personal lives as a disruption for them to be supported into seeing the truth, the divine truth, and their own truth, their own divine truth, their real self, their real authentic self. So if you come across very big egos, don't waste your time and energy trying to convince these people to change their minds or trying to convince them that you're right. It's a complete waste of time. Just move along. Move along to something else, something better. Move along to where you are being called and focus on that, only on that. It is very dense and light at the same time in terms of energies. You may feel at times that you're very light, you're like feeling like you're on a cloud, everything is smooth, everything is flowing, you're in the flow, you're in the zone, and then boom, someone comes with their bad energy, bringing all that density into your life. And you know what? At this point, it's totally allowed to say, nope, I'm not going to transmute that for you. It's time for you to learn how to do it, my friend. So either you get into teaching mode, supporting mode to help people, or you walk away. Walk away to preserve your energy. Walk away to preserve your authenticity. Because in the universe right now, there is, and I very rarely use these terms, there is a war going on, a really big battle of light and dark, and we need to fight for the light. We need to fight for the light to prevail, to win, to be present, to be there at all times. So choose your battles when it comes to 3D living. Choose your battle when it comes to physical situations involving people, especially the people that you think you know, that at this point may very well be revealing a very completely different side to themselves. They are actually revealing their own truth, and that truth may not always be nice or fun to see. But that's where it starts, right? When we start awakening, we reveal ourselves, and sometimes it's not pretty, and it's okay. But you have the choice to engage or not engage. You have the choice to say, I'm here to support you, my friend, or please walk away, my friend, because we're not compatible at this point, and it's going to take too much out of me. Therefore, setting very, very clear boundaries so that you can protect your own truth. At this point, protection of your own light and truth is extremely important. Otherwise, you're going to crumble down by having other people stealing away your energy. So be careful who you engage with. Be careful who you are spending time with. It's really time to rise up. It's always a time to rise up, but this is just another layer of light workers being called in service, being called into sticking together in truth, in the truth, in light, in the divine light that we all have within. And I say all, but not all people have divine light. Some people on this planet just don't have divine light. Let's just be real here. Some of them don't even have one spark of divine light. And it's a really good time to learn discernment about these people, how to recognize them in your daily lives, and how to recognize them as far as who you take your information from, who you take in as a teacher. Be extremely, extremely careful, because there's a lot of manipulation going on all different levels and dimensions, but there's manipulation coming from entities that are not part of this planet. Call them the way you want. Fallen angels, aliens, call them the way you want. There's a lot of manipulation going on. I'm seeing a lot of people pretending to be of the light, but yet sharing false information, sharing information from any other sources than the divine, than the universe. So be very careful. What you read, what you watch, what you take in as truth. It's a really good time to just relax, slow down, and go back to the basics to accept the major change that is going on right now. The new earth is here, but like I mentioned before, it's here, but not for everybody, because not everybody is ready to take that step. Not everybody is ready to be in that reality. This is also another layer of the new earth being unfolding on earth in the 3D plane. People are seeing it. If you pay attention to what they say, we hear more and more about the big awakening. I mean, just 2 days ago, I was reading an article in the paper, in the newspaper. I never thought I would see this about the big awakening. It wasn't focused on spirituality per se, but all the spiritual words were part of this article. It was about what's going on in the business world, what's going on with the corporations and the companies, especially after so many months of remote work. Suddenly a lot of people are waking up to their powers, saying, you know what? I don't want to go back in the office. I want to keep working from home because I'm more comfortable, because I can wear what I want, because I can work when I'm most productive, and because I don't have to deal with all this BS going around in the office. So a lot of people are waking up to this. A lot of people are also quitting their jobs all at once, saying, you know what, fuck this. I don't want this anymore. I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to be my own boss because I know I can, because I know I have these powers with it. So this is a physical integration for these people of what has been going on spiritually for them for many years. It has been going on in the background, of course. And at the same time, there are these people that are like 100% awakened and have been for a very long time. And they are witnessing this. And these people are most likely to feel drained at this point because of all the chaos going on. That's why if you resonate with the label light worker, if you think you are a light worker, if you feel you are a light worker, if you feel like you are a way shower, a light warrior, call it the way you want. Be careful with your energy, because all these predators are out there trying to take it and steal it away from you and take away your powers. And of course, I don't say that to inject fear. It's actually the opposite. It's to inject love and to inject, power. The more you love yourself, the less you can be attacked. The more you love yourself, the less you will be touched by the density and other people's negativity. It doesn't mean that you're going to want to stay in a conversation that's very negative, but it means that you're going to deal with it differently. You're going to deal with it in a way that it's just going to bounce off your energy instead of consuming your energy. So, yes, many changes going on in the background, but really it's a big wave, like a mass wave of awakening at a mass level where people are going to change the way they see things, they see themselves, they see that how they've been, programmed all their lives. Basically, spiritual awakening 101 going on the mass level. At the same time, there's also a major alignment and merge between the feminine and masculine energies. You may have felt this about a week ago, where perhaps you felt some kind of harmony within yourself between your masculine side and your feminine side, like a click, a shift inside where things started working in harmony within. So if you felt that, you need to sit with it for a little bit longer before you start seeing these changes in your physical life. They're coming. The process has already begun and it's coming. Trust me, it is faster than you think. We're going to start feeling a little bit more of that as we go towards the full moon, which is July 23rd, so just a couple days away. And this full moon actually at this point today, because we always start feeling the energies a few days before, a few days after, it feels very light. It feels very like relief, a cleansing kind of full moon, taking away all the wounding, all the hurt, the pain, the miscommunication, taking away the bad stuff. If you've done your work. If you haven't, it may hit you like a tower moment, like stuff being taken away from you right in front of you without you understanding why it's happening. But if you've been in tuned with your intuition and your guidance, you know exactly what's going on. You know exactly what you're clearing and healing. And if you don't, one very quick and easy way is to ask the universe, thank you, universe, for showing me what I need to release and let go. Thank you, universe, for showing me what I need to heal. And then you wait for the answer. It's always the same pattern. You wait for the answer. You don't go search for it because you're going to find the wrong answers. You wait for it. You wait until you have that calling inside of you. And talking about calling, if you wonder what it feels like to channel or to have an insight from the universe, I invite you to watch the series called Manifest on Netflix. In this show, they call it having a calling, but it's actually channeling. They basically hear their own voices in their heads, and those voices come with a message, with a different vibration. And that's exactly what channeling is. When you really channel from the source, the universe, or the unified field, it feels completely different than if you were talking out loud. It's either a voice that comes from a specific entity, from like archangels, for example, or someone who has passed that you've known, or yourself. It's your own voice, but it has a different vibration. It's not like you're talking to yourself out loud. It's as if you're talking to yourself internally. It's like something is talking to you internally through either your heart chakra, your solar plexus, your third eye, if you're having visions, or your crown chakra, if you're having thoughts, like aha moments. You know, when the light bulb switches to on. So this major alignment between the feminine and masculine is supporting a lot of divine unions. And I'm not going to talk about twin flames or refer to the twin flames. I'm kind of past that for the moment. I don't know if it's going to come back, but like I mentioned many times before, I am seeing so many information on that. It's driving me nuts. Really, it's driving me nuts. And I don't want to talk about twin flames anymore because too many people are taking this the wrong way, searching for their twin flames, and it's really not the way it works. And for a lot of people, they've come to realize that who they thought were their twin flames was actually a false twin or a catalyst to their awakening, or it was just a soulmate supporting them through their journey, someone that came into their lives fulfilling a contract, and as soon as this contract is over, usually that person walks out of your life. And some people just, they hang on to this twin flame concept and they're wasting precious time, and it's painful to watch. It's painful to see. And I know it's painful for these people. I know that. But if you can see it from the point of view that this person showed up in your life for a purpose, for a reason, and if they've completed their purpose, that's all there is to it. It is what it is. It's done. It's over. It's part of the past. And if you are truly in tune with yourself, you know what I mean. You probably feel this. You probably know within that it's part of the past and it's time to move on to something else. And don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying that the twin flame concept is not real. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that a lot of people had a false idea of what this connection is. At the same time, a lot of people are set to meet divine partners. Call it the way you want. Twin flames, divine partners, soulmates, whatever. Divine partners where they're going to be in a connection focused on growth and not the push-pull that a lot of people refer to when it comes to twin flames, but a growth, a supporting kind of relationship. That's when two people have reached a level of healing that is high enough for them to come together in harmony, unity, and alignment. It's impossible to do so if you have not done the work. Enough about the twin flame. But I will go back to the divine masculine, divine feminine alignment and merge that I was talking about. That click that I was referring to at the beginning of this video, it showed up for a lot of people out of nowhere in a peaceful moment where they were able to receive that activation, because it is an activation. It's an activation of you as a person, as a whole, with both energies, but also an activation of your divine partner as a whole, as a divine being with both energies. It's also a sign that it's coming into your life if you're single and if you're wanting to manifest a divine relationship. We've seen at the beginning of this pandemic, we've seen a lot of breakups and divorces, and that is not done. That's going to keep going because a lot of people are going to come to realize that they're not necessarily with the right people for them. And it's time for them to move on and do something different about their romantic life. And they will do so. So you may recognize yourself in that. If you're single, though, it's coming. Everything that happened to you before, all those breakups, all those failed relationships and failed connections served a purpose, and it's a time to heal that. It's a time to forgive these people if they hurt you or if they left you and you didn't understand why. It's a time to release it and leave it in the past so that you can make space for this divine connection coming to you in 2021 or early 2022. This is part of the new earth, divine couples coming together to support this great change and to support this mass awakening going on at this time. What else? I talked about the full moon. I said that it was like a light kind of full moon. It has a, how can I say it? How can I describe it? It has a very funny energy to it. Funny as in it's funny. Humor. Funny in the sense that some truth will be revealed and you're going to be like, aha, that's what it was. Aha, that's why I needed to go through this. Oh, that's why I met this person and couldn't figure out what this person was doing in my life. Because maybe you didn't notice, but in the past, I would say since March 2021, lots and lots of synchronistic meetings have been going on in your life. But perhaps you didn't see them. Perhaps you didn't realize that these people are your soul family. These people are all divine people, light workers that showed up in your life to walk the same path as you, either for a moment or for a lifetime, depending on their contracts. But for a lot of people, it feels like their friendships, their connections, like have been renewed, like new kinds of connections. The old friends are no longer entertaining as they were once, or they no longer resonate with these people. And if you look at your old friends that perhaps you purposely or consciously decided to let go because either you felt that their energy was not the one you needed, or because the density was too hard to deal with, you will come to realize that most probably these people have not changed since, but you have. You have. You have been walking on a path where you took multiple steps forward while they have not. In their mind, they think they have, but when you look at them and you look at their behaviors and their actions and their energy, you can definitely tell that there is no change. These people have not changed at all. It doesn't mean that they will never change. It just means that that's why you needed to let them go. And you're going to see that very clearly, very shortly with this full moon. Either right before or right after. It's all going to start to make sense. You're going to be able to link things together and understand the bigger picture that is at play right now. So, of course, as always, embrace the change. Hug the cactus. Embrace it as hard and as big as you can so that you can move forward in this dignity, in peace, with a light heart. Stay connected to your heart and do your thing. This is how you're going to attract the right people in your life. If you start searching for them, it's not going to work because that's not the way it works. You need to be on your own mission, in your own mission, on your own path in order for these people to show up. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. That's how it works. So if you feel stuck, because I know a lot of people have been feeling stuck in the past 2 or 3 weeks, they're feeling like things are not moving or it's moving very slowly and they're like, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't it moving? Divine timing is the answer. Everything that has happened in your life is divine timing, and everything that is going on right now is divine timing also. So when you feel stuck, you need to find the direction you need to go in or go towards to. How to do that is to question yourself, not your mind, but your heart. Place your hand on your heart and ask questions. Where do I need to go? And wait for the answer. What do I need to do? What do I need to know today? And wait for the answers. You're going to get it. And then go in that direction. Make an action towards your goal. And then things are going to start manifesting in your life and showing up in your life. And you're going to see it feels very refreshing when that happens. It feels like the reward for all the work that has been put in. But if you're unable to let go of the past, you're unable to attract new things. You can't be someone new while still holding on to what you were. Embrace the change. Hug the cactus. In talking about the change, I was talking earlier about this newspaper article about the Great Awakening, and that's all I see these days. On social medias like LinkedIn, which is business oriented, people are talking about the great change. There is one LinkedIn influencer out there. Her name is Shay. What's her last name? Rowbottom. She makes content like crazy. She talks about business, but she also has a spiritual business on the side, a healing business and classes, trainings that she gives. And it doesn't keep her from being very popular on LinkedIn and talking about business. And when I first met her, not in person, but on the network, it validated my choice of never fully, or that's not the right word, of not going 100% into a spiritual business, but keeping both. I have two businesses, one in sales, business development and marketing, and the other one is spiritual. And I've always known inside of me, inside of my heart, that I needed to do both. And now I'm very happy to see that in the business world, people are opening up to this spirituality, and I'm able to talk about these things openly without being looked at as if I was coming from a different planet. It's becoming a mainstream subject, and because it is, that's how our corporations are going to change. But not all of them, because some of them are ruled by dark people, and even though the light always wins, it's pretty difficult to deal with a dark person who's a CEO or a president of a big corporation. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that it may take more time for us to see that kind of change. In the meantime, we're going to see small changes. And as we go along throughout the weeks and the months, all these small changes will start linking together to make one big change to influence the entire planet and to influence the universe at the same time through a ripple effect. We have no choice. Otherwise, we will destroy Earth, and we're going straight into a wall if we don't do that change. That's why we're here. That's why people like Dolores Cannon have talked about the 3 waves of volunteers. And whenever she was giving conferences on that subject, so many people were interested into her conferences, and they were saying, I recognize myself in those 3 waves. Same thing for her patients. Same thing for me. I've always known, but when I heard her talk about it, it changed things for me, because it suddenly became real. It suddenly became true in the physical world. So more and more people will awaken to that. So like I said, all these small changes will link together to make one big change to influence the entire planet. It's only a matter of time. And we will see that change in this lifetime. We will see it. That's why we're here. That's why we need to stick together. That's why we need to feed the unified field with unconditional love, gratitude, healing, and blessings. If you are seeing people in pain around you, bless their healing path. Don't try to do the work for them. You're not going to help them by doing that. You're not going to help yourself either. and it's not going to do anyone's good. Bless their healing path. Use your telepathic powers to speak with their higher selves, with their souls, and to help them from afar. And talking about telepathy, it's so freaking strong right now. It's kind of crazy. I love it. It's amazing to see. People are like, do you read my mind or what? And I'm not a mind reader, even though I'm clairvoyant. I don't read minds. I read souls. And I read higher selves. I don't read mind. But it has become to the point where people cross each other on the street and they know exactly what the other person is thinking without speaking to them. It's wonderful to see. It's amazing. So I guess it's a really good moment to say, watch your thoughts, because other people can see them and hear them. Yes, some people can see your thoughts. Depending on how they work, especially if they're clairvoyant, you can see other people's thoughts. You first get like a feeling, and then you see it. You just see it. It's as if, it's not as if, I'm going to take the word if out of this sentence. It's like this. You see the physical self, you see the aura or the energy around, and in the energy, you see the thought that that person has, or the thoughts that this person is having. And you clearly see it, just the way I can see my glass of water right now, my piece of paper, and my phone. You see it. Don't worry if you don't. You're going to reach that level. You're going to get there. Everybody's going to get there at some point. It's a matter of clearing out your own energy so that you can see other people's energy. At first, it's kind of freaky because you're like, what's going on? And sometimes it happened to me a few times at the beginning where I would say stuff because I was sure that that person, said it out loud or did it, through a behavior. And these people would be like, do you read my mind? Because that's what I was thinking about, but I didn't say anything. But to me, it felt super real until I realized, oh, okay, that's the energy. I'm reading that person's energy. I'm not reading them physically. So, and you reach a level, you reach a point where it's all one, it's all the same thing. You don't make no difference. You just know when it's physical and when it's not. And that's where you know when it's safe to talk about it or when you need to be respectful of this person's privacy. It could be freaky though when you're in public and you start seeing or hearing other people's thoughts, but you can turn it off. In public, you just focus on being in yourself, physical self 100%, and you won't hear other people's thought. You just focus on the physical aspect of your life and you're not going to see or hear anything. It's only when you're opened that it will happen. But sometimes you meet someone out of nowhere, and it happens all the time with this person. That usually means a soul connection, a soul family connection, someone here to help you. And it's not a coincidence that you meet these people. It's because you need to be in their presence. They need to be in your presence. Usually it's for a healing purpose. Just like the twin flame concept, healing purpose. Just a simple healing purpose. And not because someone is here to help you heal that they're your twin flame. Enough about the twin flame. So, that's it for now. You can follow me on social media at IndigoGirl555, on Facebook at IndigoGirl. You can also reach out using my email, indigogirl555@gmail.com. Thank you for being here. And until the next time, be well.